The laughter can't be picked up. WME pumped Meghan Markle again with cheap PR. Obviously, the folks at WME have been hard at work. They have been carefully putting out this insane BS propaganda. So they're claiming that Meghan Markle starred in the hit US legal drama Suits. Starred? No, 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 no. If I recall correctly, which I do, Meghan received sixth place billing in the credits. Now, Megan is supposed to return to her former career of acting, and then she's going to show us her real self. I thought she'd already done that, and nobody was interested. Harry and Meghan are supposed to be nominated for an Emmy for their stupid six-part docu-series attacking the royal family, which, according to the puff pieces, gained global recognition and stands a good chance of winning in the Outstanding Documentary of Nonfiction Series category. Nonfiction? Excuse me? This really makes me think about an article that ran back in August of 2020 of The Mirror, and they say that Meghan can amass over $50 million per movie as Hollywood is pining for her return. I am still waiting for that movie to come out. The writer of this nonsense is Mark Boardman, a showbiz writer and media commentator. And obviously, he does not reside on planet Earth. Well, I guess it's true that if you pay monkeys, you get peanuts. But besides being funny, the article is pretty interesting because I can only assume that it shows how hard WME is pressing for Meghan and Harry to be repositioned. Reminds me of Back to the Future. My goodness, though, the arrogance of this newest PR company, WME. Well, Sunshine Sags didn't succeed, but you know what? We don't care about that. We are the masters. We can easily refloat Meghan Markle's boat. Writers and paparazzi and narrative consultants, the best writers out there. And of course, time to throw away Harry. Now, it's a big task, but trust us, we are up for it. There's just one small problem aside from Meghan's serious lack of talent, and that would be the utter contempt their client is held in by millions of people all around the world. It's quite a hefty boulder to try to get around. And they're giving it a go, but let's see if any sponsors actually take the bait, let alone any real film directors. I think the people are going to speak with their credit cards, and they're not going to be happy about Meghan starring in anything. Have they not beaten this dead horse enough? My goodness. Let me be honest here. Meghan never walked down a red carpet. She was never invited to the Oscars. She never got a nomination for one. Her little forays into film are memorable just for the fact that nobody remembers them. On Suits, Meghan played Rachel Zane. And what is Rachel Zane most remembered for? Well, sleeping with somebody in a storage room. At the office, too, like nobody ever thought of this before. And Suits was never the success that it's claimed to be now. The fact is, Meghan was so unrecognizable in Canada where it was filmed that she asked Serena Williams about how to act in the extremely unlikely event that she was bothered by paparazzi. But somehow, being the hottest star ever playing Rachel Zane on Suits didn't result in Meghan Markle receiving any kind of press intrusion. I can't imagine why. No one in Hollywood, that place that Meghan considers to be her natural habitat, ever found the acting skills of her worthy of a big role in a big production. In fact, if you take just a casual look at her latest acting role as Duchess of Sussex, you can clearly see that her acting skills are outacted on a regular basis by basically anything and anyone. Fact is, my cat does a much better acting job trying to convince me to feed her dinner again. And then what about that cringy voiceover job that Meghan did for Elephant? Well, that is a credit only to the long-suffering nature of these beautiful animals and their efforts to survive, even in the face of embarrassment. And this leads me to a pretty interesting question. Who would actually hire at great cost this aging, talentless grifter who has demonstrated a real ability to mess up everything she gets close to? I came across an article claiming that Meghan is planning something for her return that's going to be explosive. Explosive? I mean, were they trying to be funny? Referring to Meghan as a leading lady is ridiculous. Not even her first husband, Trevor, could ever get her to work. Meghan clearly married him for his connections because he was a well-respected producer and he had a great deal of clout in Hollywood. But after failing to make a career for herself, no movies, no TV primetime shows, he finally got her a supporting role on a cable TV show that was hardly popular. And Meghan was so difficult to work with and just so bad at acting that she destroyed her own chances at working on any other projects. And another thing, Meghan Markle did not quit that show so that she could marry Harry. They were already writing her off the show. and she had a very limited last season because nobody wanted to work with her on set. And because Trevor couldn't make her into a star, she ghosted him, her own husband, for a few weeks. And then she simply mailed back her wedding rings with a note saying it's over. I mean, what a cruel person. Not even a phone call to break up with him. After spending years together and after being married for most of those years, Meghan just sent back an envelope with a couple of words. Well, I guess that's what it feels like to be officially Markled. But actually, he is much better off for that. Now he has a great life. He's got a beautiful wife and some really beautiful children, too. Lucky for him, he managed to escape that evil woman. The only kind of films that Meghan Markle has ever starred in are porn films. Apparently, she's got quite the collection out there. I have not bothered to look them up because, well, I don't want to see something like that. But apparently, there is even a movie starring her and Marcus Anderson. Oh, yeah, her little friend who's always there with her. Well, him and the security guard, of course. To be fair, if WME somehow manages to improve Meghan's reputation and get her some big deals, what a massive achievement that would be. I think they have taken her on because they're hoping they can become agents who work miracles, but it's never going to happen. They're probably beginning to realize this was a huge mistake, but I don't think they're going to give up yet. Do they have to pay to be nominated for an Emmy, I wonder? And is Meghan going to go back to acting? Is she going to have to pay a producer for casting as well? If anybody in Hollywood wanted Meghan Markle to perform, they would have asked her a long time ago. And even if she were to receive an Emmy, it wouldn't make any difference. People would never change their opinion about her. People in showbiz always seem to believe these awards matter to the public, but the fact is they really don't. If they do end up winning an Emmy for that ridiculous docu-series, we can assume that WME was behind it. Now, Ari Emanuel is a super agent. He's got a lot of power, and he's connected to a diverse range of influential go-getters. There is a distinct possibility that Ari has enough influence with powerful connections that the movie may just win. And if not, it's going to be Meghan's blown reputation of which she is completely responsible for ruining. Sadistic with other people as well as herself. It doesn't matter what PR agency is working for her. She is the problem. She's not a good actress. Even in her day-to-day life, she can't act well. She has that voice that is just so annoying. It took her a long time to reach the pinnacle of her career, and that was Suits. And since then, well, I think we know what's happened. Nothing. She is just not talented at acting. I mean, she's way too self-important, and by all accounts, she is incredibly difficult to work with. I mean, who is WME trying to convince to hire this horrible woman? Are they going to try paying someone to hire her? Well, good luck with that. The owner of WME needs to just fold to Meghan's blackmail. Nothing could be worse than representing someone like her. And if Meghan outs anybody, she is done for. Nobody in their right mind wants to go near her. And you, do you agree with me? Please tell me what you think below in the comments section. Remember to like and share my video with your friends and relatives who need it if you think our videos are useful. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.